Been a bit of an up and down week, but we've made enough money to keep the wolf from the door, but not much more. But we have managed to sort a van out.
Hi everybody, it's Dave here, Amber Logistics, and today is Tuesday, 23rd of January, and I am at the moment driving back from North Wales, Llanberis to be precise. And what's been going on so far this week, you're all anxiously asking. Well, I wish you were, but you're probably just watching this to pass a bit of time while you're waiting for another job, but I'm grateful anyway. So, Monday I only did one job. I got it off the company from whom I do quite a bit of work. It was a pretty decent job for a morning's work. And I ended up in Burton-on-Trent area. Now, I decided not to take another job because I've been looking all weekend at vans and online at vans. And I seem to be getting nowhere fast, and I really, really need to put getting another van to bed. So I decided to take Monday afternoon as the opportunity, since I've been pretty well paid for a morning's work, to get a van sorted, because it's quiet on the CX, so I didn't think I'd stand much of a chance of getting a job back anyway. And we have done it. We have got ourselves a van. I've not physically got it yet, but, you know, we've paid our holding fee. We've signed all the paperwork up for it. But I can't have it until the 5th of February. Because it's got to be prepped and blah-de-blah and ply-lined and all those kind of things. So 5th of February, which will be a Monday, I'll take the day off. This van can go back because it is the last day of its agreement anyway. And I will make my way to Liverpool, where the van is, and drive back in the new Amber Logistics Chariot. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because you'll probably know anyway. I've been rabbiting on enough about it. But I'll wait until I get it, and I'll do a bit of a reveal walkthrough video then. But needless to say, I just wanted to get everything put to bed. It's not cheap, but vans aren't nowadays, are they? But hopefully it'll give me some peace of mind, and we'll just move forward, and hopefully it will pay for itself. Today, I got more work off my customers. I'm going to call them customers from now on, instead of getting stuck on, you know, friends, work suppliers, all that kind of thing. I'm going to call them customers, and but they have their own customers, obviously. But so my customers gave me a job this morning, which they gave me last night, which was to go from the Blackburn area and to Deeside. Again, at a rate of pay that's pretty generous for the miles that I did. And then from there, I made my way to Manchester Airport, which was about 20 minutes down the road, and took an ADR job from Manchester Airport, again given to me by them, to Llanberis, which is sort of like just after Bangor in North Wales. And decent rate of pay for that one. And now I'm driving back. I've had a look on the feed. It is at the moment 1:30, and there is nothing in this area whatsoever. In fact, the closest job to me at the moment is Widnes, which is an hour and 15 minutes away. If I carry on driving and don't stop, I'll be home for 3:15. But I am willing to do another job. If it was getting me part way home, then that would be good. Because obviously, it didn't work all day yesterday, but I'll just see how it goes. In a month like this, in January, I just take it as it comes, to be honest with you. There's no targets, nothing like that. I'd already put money aside, assuming January would be a bit pants anyway. So, whatever you get, you know, is what you get. And if I have what we call an on-target day, well, that would be a bonus as far as I'm concerned. Because the Courier Exchange, as people have been sending me comments through about the Courier Exchange, about how poor the rates are. And you know what? I totally agree with you guys who've made those comments. And I feel for you. Some of you bought vans, invested in vans, and you're just not getting a good return for what you paid out. Well, what I will stress is this. Do not rely on this Courier Exchange for work. Do not rely on it at all. It's best to use it as a backload. So that's all I'm using it for, mainly at the moment. Because I can't get what I ask for when I put a bid in. Rarely do I get what I ask. So most of the bids I put in, I don't get. And quite frankly, they want and seem to expect you to be working in your long wheelbase van for 90 pence a mile where they can kiss my fat backside. I'm not doing it. I would much sooner park up at home. The only time I would consider that amount of money is if it's a backload. If I've taken a job somewhere and I would just want to get home and cover some costs, then I might consider it. Anything other than that, no, it's cheeky. So I'm certainly not taking something from the Manchester area out to anywhere else for a stupid price. But you know what? We're the ones who are putting these bids in, gents. We're the ones who are bidding it. You know, so that is why the shippers are in happy land at the moment, because they're getting the cheap bids in, because we feel threatened, because we're frightened they're not getting any work. And it's just and you know what, I could think of a million things that you could do about it, but at the end of the day, nothing will be done about it, because there will always be someone out there bidding cheap. And unfortunately, every job that's out there could be somebody's backload, couldn't it? And at the end of the day, the site was designed as a backload site. It's just that they don't bloody advertise it really nowadays as a backload site, do they? So, while I stressed, if you are thinking of becoming a courier and you want to use the CX, and it does have some good points, don't use it as your principal source of income. That would be my advice. Easier said than done, but find the local shippers in your area. Get in touch with them. Tell them what kind of van you've got. You know, let them know about you. They might be interested in you. They might prefer to use you direct. Or go door knocking to companies to see if they want delivery services. So the trouble with that is that there's another 100 couriers who've done the same to those companies. But if you can find shipping companies, transport companies, etc. in your area who would prefer to use good, quality, reliable, subcontracted drivers at a fair price, do that. Don't just rely on using the Courier Exchange, because unless you guarantee backloads everywhere you go, you're going to struggle to make it pay. And I've said before, there are guys who make it pay, you know, but I struggle, I'll be honest with you, because I won't do jobs cheap. I won't be bidding at 80, 90 pence a mile. So therefore, I struggle to get. The only ones I tend to get are the ADR jobs, because there's less competition for that work. And there's not a lot of ADR work pops up anyway. Anyway, so that's where we're up to. Tuesday. So the chances are I'll probably be going home. If I get another job, I might tell you about it later in the week. But in the meantime, heading home. I'm driving through a storm. Apparently there's another storm a day after we had one storm. But basically, it's windy and rainy. It's not too bad. And I'll update you later in the week, let you know how we got on.
Still Tuesday, it's just after 9 o'clock. And we find ourselves in a travel lodge tonight. Just outside Norwich. Probably about 10 miles outside Norwich. And the reason for that is I took a job. So on my way back from Wales, I hit the M56 and I saw an ADR job come up, and it was going to here, to Norwich, and not far from where I was. And it was one of those jobs that you don't put a bid in, you have to ring them. And I very rarely do anything with those. But I thought, you know what? If I get that job at the full rate, that'll be well worth doing, even to Norwich. So I rang them, very nice bloke that answered, asked me my price, told him the price and the reason for the price, because I'd have to stay over anyway. And he said, can you give me 5-10 minutes and I'll get back to you with a yay or a nay. So I thought, right, well, I'll just pull up on the services. Pulled up on the services and I just about pulled the handbrake up and he rang and said, are you okay to do that job? So I was. So it pays very well because it's ADR. I've got the full rate that I asked for it. So that means that it's a big takings day today, but obviously can't do any work for my customer tomorrow. So I've had to tell them that I won't be available unless they, by some miracle, have any work in the Norfolk area. And I'm going to have to try and get out of Norfolk tomorrow. I mean, I suppose in theory, if you drove back empty in the morning, get back up to where I live, you'd still have made good money. But I've put a journey and didn't see anything coming out from Norfolk. I've got me desktop, nothing really for tomorrow. So what I'll do is when I get up in the morning, I'll have a look and see if we can find something to get us out or part way out. I'm willing to go a little bit keener on it. If not, I think I'll head up towards sort of like Cambridge way and Peterborough, Cambridge, and see if we can pick something up on the journey back. I don't intend to hang around in Norwich, certainly much after 9 o'clock anyway. I'll probably give it till 9 to see if there's anything comes on, and after that I'll start mooching back. Keep an eye out for another job, anything going northwards or to an area that's more populous and better. But since it's January, get the work while you can. So I'm here in this glamorous travel lodge. It's not bad, the price. It was 40 quid for the night. It's clean, it's tidy. I've had something to eat. I've had a steakhouse stack from McDonald's, and I don't normally do McDonald's, but it was very nice. I enjoyed it. I've got coffee and tea making facilities here, and I've got a sandwich that I bought that I didn't eat, which I might have tomorrow as a kind of breakfast. And that's me happy. Shower now, do a bit of paperwork, have a brew, maybe television for an hour, and bobos. And then we'll see how the week finished off later on. Morning, everyone. I think it's the 26th today, but don't quote me on that. I've lost track of time. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and Friday, and I've not got a job till just after 1. It's my turn to take the government documents and various things like of a more sensitive nature down to Hayes, and it's not the most popular of jobs. It pays all right, don't get me wrong, but it means that you don't get down to Hayes probably till 6:30 if you're lucky, probably worse on a Friday. And then obviously you've got to make your way home. There's going to be nothing coming out that time on a Friday evening. So it's usually a dead drive home, and the traffic can be murder. And the road closures sometimes a bit of a pain in the ass as well. So what happened for the rest of the week when I left you? I was in my 5-star travel lodge and set off on the morning to try and get towards home. And Norwich, for those of you familiar with it, is a difficult place to leave. Once in, you're never out. But I managed to get a little job on the outskirts of Norwich going towards Cambridgeshire. And I didn't bid high for it. I got like minimum price for it, but figuring it'll get me away. So I did that, and then thought, let's just start looking for something northwards. And because I got so well paid the day before, the money wasn't an issue. It'd just be nice to get paid part home, if nothing else. And in the end, I ended up getting an ADR job, which was down as going from the Silverstone area, which was probably about 40 minutes from where I was. up to the Coventry, Warwickshire area. And I quoted quite big on it because it came up twice, the job. So I quoted pretty high for an ADR job. And off I went. And I went to the place, which is one of the racing teams that are based at Silverstone. And when I got there, the bloke said, "You're not supposed to be picking up from here. We've organised it, but you're not collecting from here." And I double-checked the notes, and no, it was here. So he said, "I'll show you the email." And he showed me the email, and the actual collection was in Coventry and was going across Coventry. So I rang the shipper, who was adamant that that's what they were told. Now, I'd seen the email, but I wasn't going to argue with him. Who then said, "Right, well, you're there at the moment, aren't you?" So it's up to you. I said, "I can go to Coventry. I'm going that way. I'm going to go there anyway, aren't I? And I'll collect it and take it across Coventry, but I want an extra money for it." To which he didn't seem very happy. So I said, "Well, that's fine. We'll cancel the job, and I want half of the money. So and then you'll have to rearrange another ADR driver to go across Coventry with that, and they'll have a minimum charge like I do. So it's your choice." So in the end, they elected to go for me to go up to Coventry, which was the University of Warwickshire, collect these. They were ADR batteries, and I took them to a well-known motorcycle manufacturer in Coventry. And it was to their research and development bit. And they develop electric motorcycles. And these were all lithium batteries. So I did that job, which took me to early afternoon, just after lunch. Looked for work home. Couldn't find any. Buggered off home because I got well paid for that. So that'd do me. Yesterday, did 2 jobs for my own customer, which was basically to Sheffield and back from, and then another job out of Sheffield back. Again, they do pay me a good fair price for that, but I would say that it wasn't a massive full day's money because I was finished early, but I had a lot of things to sort out. So I thought I'd use that time to sort out what I needed to sort out. And then today, of course, I knew I had this to do. I have looked on the CX to see if I can get a job towards Liverpool, which shouldn't be hard, should it? But I put a couple of bids in and I haven't got one of them. I probably would have been better probably paying them to do the job the way it's going on here at the moment. So I suppose I've had a wrangle and said, "Don't give me any money, but I'll give you 50 quid if I can just take that job to Liverpool." Because that seems to me what some of them expect. They are a bunch of cheeky, well, they're not all like that. But there are certain shippers on here who are just cheeky bastards. And I will remember them if they ever ring me and ask me to do something. But anyway, that aside, the week-wise, I've done all right because of the ADR work that I've picked up and some of the decent work that my customers have given me. But it hasn't been busy, so the ADR work has kind of pulled me out. The general chit-chat on the only chat group I'm in is one of general despair and disappointment with the way the CX is operating, and they need to pull a finger out. I think the CX need to police things a bit better as well. I'll let you watch James from Freddie Fletcher Limited's video that's probably already out now about the escapades he's had with the CX driver and just how little help the CX have given him over that, and you judge it for yourself. But they're a disgrace sometimes. They take a lot of money off us, but when you raise a ticket, you hardly get any help at all off them. Quite happy to take the money, it seems, you people at CX, but not really happy to help. You should be doing something about these shippers that are manipulating the system and taking advantage. I feel sorry for new drivers who are on the CX, when you've got no feedback and you're forced to bid really low for work. And they're quite happy to take it. And you paid out all that money in buying a van, getting the insurance, paying for your CX membership to run for, 2 Mars bars and a pat on the back. No, you're in this game to earn a living. Bear that in mind. But also, as I've said before, and I'll keep saying it, we are the ones who bid the prices. If we don't bid stupidly low, they can't sell the job stupidly low, can they? But I understand the pressure that people feel under to get a job. So, as we know, sorted out a van. When I pick it up, I'll do a full video walkthrough of the van. I am looking forward to getting it. So I'm not going to hire one. After all, that decision did go through my mind, but I just give a mention to Mohammed, who sent me a message advising me that Elliott's Van Hire are offering long wheelbase vans at about £200 a week. Arrange your own insurance. I think there's a mileage limit of about £4,000 a month, but for those of you who are thinking of hiring vans, that's another one that you can check out. I thank Mohammed for putting that information out and taking the time and trouble to let me know. And again, what I will do is when people put in the comments advice and tips and things like that, I will, if you don't read the comments yourself, I will mention them on here as well, I think, from now on, because every little bit of information that we get that can help us is always useful, isn't it? So we'll call this week okay. It's been good for me because I've secured a van and I'm looking forward to getting it. It's not been cheap. It's not cheap. The whole episode's not been cheap with the money I've lost on the previous one and everything else, but hoping it'll just give me some peace of mind. That's what we're hoping for more than anything else. I hope you've all had a decent week. I thank you for watching the video, and I would appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, because the thumbs up does help the videos circulate out there. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to it. It doesn't cost you a penny. You're not committed to anything, and you get details of the videos as and when they come out. I'll catch you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.